Right, so so Chery has just launched its proprietary hybrid lineup known as CSH or Chery Super Hybrid at this year's Auto Shanghai, and one of the models that is bound to enter our market using the CSH system is this thing behind me. This is the new Chery Tiggo 8 plug-in hybrid. Alright, from the get-go you can see that the Tiggo 8 PHEV bears some design differences compared to the Tiggo 8 Pro model currently sold into our market. Okay, at the front here you'll notice that it comes with a slightly different front face featuring a new bumper design with new sharp LED headlights, but it retains the same octagonal front grille design with this diamond pattern inserts. But if you move to the side, things are also quite similar because you use the same multi-spoke alloy wheels as before, but you'll also notice that it comes with this new flush door handles. I'm not a bit of a fan. I prefer traditional door handles over this, but it's a design change, so we can accept it. And of course, this being a plug-in hybrid, you can also find the charging port here, and you can see it supports both AC and DC charging. CCS2 and Type 2 plug are both available here. And at the back, things look pretty much the same as before. We still got this full with LED tail lights with this T-shaped third brake light that looks pretty nice. They're integrated into the rear spoiler, but unfortunately, if you look down, it no longer comes with the signature quad tailpipes, but instead, you get this Bluetooth unit. Boo-hoo! But other than that, the car still looks nice, especially in this green color, which I think and I hope Chery Malaysia gonna offer the Tiggo 8 PHEV in this green color because it just looks pretty on. Alright, once you get inside the Tiggo 8 PHEV, you'll notice some design changes also taking place in the interior, especially the front part. Gone are the dual display setup we've seen on the Tiggo 8 Pro, where it opts for a split display where the meter cluster has been reduced in size just a bit in change for a much larger infotainment display here. We can expect wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity to Prime, but of course, this being a large display, you can see this, even the air condition function is also being integrated, and of course the aircon vent has been positioned to slightly downwards, which is not so ideal in terms of direction because it sits too low, so direction of the airflow might not be as good as before. But you still got some buttons. Of course, you got wireless charging pad here, you got some drive mode selector here, and you also got the EV HEV because it's a plug-in hybrid, so you can toggle between EV and hybrid mode just like the JQ J7 PHEV. You still got the storage at the armrest here, you got USB charging ports, Type A and Type C down there, and the seats are quite interesting, dare I say. It looks somewhat similar, but if you notice, it comes with this unique suede-like Alcantara-like upholstery instead of the leather one used on the current Tiggo 8 Pro. Okay, some kind of like it, some kind of because it definitely feels and it makes the car look a bit more sportier, and because the same material can also be found nearby the door cuts there, as you can see at the door panel. So overall, yeah, it feels nice. It certainly feels more grippy than the certain leather, but you still get things like ventilated and heated function. Of course, the seats are both powered at the front. And not to forget, this being a Chery car, it still comes with a Sony sound speaker. And now, if you notice, there's a driver headrest speaker, so that's quite cool to see in this car. Alright, life at the back seat of the Tiggo 8 PHEV is somewhat similar to the previous model, but the only notable difference I would say is the addition of the heated seats here. But of course, this is an overseas spec model. It's not specifically a Malaysian spec model, so we can expect that functions to not be offered into our market. But other than that, space is still pretty much the same. The second row gets plenty of room, but third row is not as usable as many other three-row SUVs, but you still got space for boot and everything. So overall, nothing much change at the back here. It is the same as the Tiggo 8 Pro before. But of course, by far the biggest changes between the T8 PHEV here compared to T8 Pro sold in our market currently lies under the hood, because this one, like I mentioned earlier, uses Chery's new CSH hybrid system, plug-in hybrid specifically. So this system comprises a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol hybrid rated at 154 horsepower and 220 Newtons of torque, where it is augmented to an electric motor setup rated at up to 201 horsepower and 310 Newtons of torque. Combined, it delivers up to 355 horsepower and a whopping 530 Newtons of torque. That's a lot of torque for this size of an SUV. But of course, this is not all about performance, because Chery has, beside this car, has been designed to cater on the fuel economy, because combined range is up to 1,200 kilometers from a single full tank with single full charge. EV charge alone, you can get up to 95 or even 100 kilometers of EV range from a single full charge, and a very impressive fuel consumption rate of 1.39 litre per 100 kilometers. Yes, those numbers sound impressive, but of course, the proof is in pudding, so wait until we get this car in Malaysia to test out how efficient is the fuel economy in the new Chery Tiggo 8 PHEV.